All right, here we go. Last one here. I am a jealous girlfriend. All right. Hey, Bill, I'm a 25-year-old woman with some abandonment/daddy issues. I know this is who I am, but not necessarily the person I want to be. So, of course, I'm in therapy to work this stuff out. Well, I got to commend you for knowing all that about yourself at the young age of 25. You're way ahead of the game. Unfortunately, my boyfriend is still sometimes subjected to my jealous nature. For example, the other day he invited me to come visit him at work, and when I showed up, I met his new coworker who is very pretty. I should mention that I myself am beautiful, but even if I wasn't, I know my boyfriend loves me to the end of the earth and doesn't want to be with anybody else. That being said, I could still feel my Italian blood boil when I met this girl. I spent the rest of the day begging myself not to let my emotions get the best of me and say something to my boyfriend. My self-control lasted until the next morning. That's pretty good. When I finally brought it up, a short little spat ensued, but about 15 minutes later, we were both hugging and apologizing. Well, this seems, don't beat yourself up after this. You know what your problem is, and you're working your way through it. You're able to control it to the next morning, and even when it finally leaked out, 15 minutes later, you were apologizing. He apologized, I don't know why he apologized. You fucking started it, but, that's how it works usually. That's how the math is done. That's great, though. So anyways, he said, I told him that I understood he has no control over how attractive his coworkers are. I also know that it's normal to flirt a little bit outside of a relationship. I myself innocently flirt with others from time to time, so I'm being super hypocritical by getting all butthurt at the thought of him doing it. I also acknowledge that every time I get jealous like this, it probably makes him feel more and more suffocated, which will probably hurt our relationship in the long term. He handled this interaction like a champ, forgave me for getting jealous, said it was no big deal, and made a joke about me being on my period. You guys sound like you got a cool relationship to me. I know he's being genuine when he says it's okay, but I can't help but put myself in his shoes. That's something that's really difficult for people to do. That's called empathy. It's a tough thing for most human beings to do, putting themselves in somebody else's shoes. If I had a partner who acted the way I did, I would probably lose a little respect for them with every incident, and no, I would start feeling resentful and suffocated. My question is, do you have any advice about damage control? Is there anything I can do to get a little self-respect back and relieve any guilt he might have about being attracted to other people? Furthermore, do you have any advice on how I can calm the fuck down whenever I start overthinking and getting jealous? Thanks for your insightful comedy. P.S. Go Leafs. Oh, another person from Toronto, working on the weekend like usual. I think a lot of this is in your own head. I think if you had a little hissy fit and then 15 minutes you apologized and you're owning up to your behavior, I think that he knows that this is something that you're working on. So as long as you own up to it, I don't think he loses respect for you. I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, like, all the stuff I was reading about you, I was thinking this woman's a keeper. Nobody's perfect, and you actually are looking at yourself, you're examining yourself, you're in therapy, you fuck up, you apologize, you feel bad, you put yourself in the other person's shoes. You can't ask any more of that from a person. So just keep working on yourself, and I would actually not be so hard on yourself unless you don't apologize, which you did. And if it's over 15 minutes later, then, I don't know. If my wife flipped out and then 15 minutes later apologizes to me, it's fucking over. It's squashed. It's like when you fight and then you're silent for the whole fucking day and then you get a half-ass apology and then they do it 10 minutes later again. That's when resentment comes in. So I think you're in the clear here. You're fine. Keep working on yourself. You're way ahead of the game. You're only 25 years old. You're a kid. So you're going to be fine. That's what I say. All right? Okay. All right, everybody. That's the podcast. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just looking around my fucking nice, clean office, and I'm loving life right now. I hope you guys are enjoying your life. All right? Owning up to what the fuck you're doing. Having empathy for other people. Not working for banks or oil companies. Helping out people less fortunate. Let's try to be better people, man. All right, go fuck yourselves. And I'll talk to you I'll check in on you on Thursday.